heritage. Yes, this is our time. Our time has come. Our time is here. And I want you to not only know it, I want you to seize the power to define and step up to the responsibility of exemplifying your culture. Because as I said, your culture is your crown. And as the spirit just keeps on getting greater and we swell with the knowledge of knowing who we are, we move into categories and we identify each category. You know, we're on our own time. We move with the sun, moon, and stars. Is that right? When I went to Africa, I knew where colored people's time developed from, okay? So don't look for us to have a program and be on it and everything, because we move with a spirit, right? We are a feeling people, a spiritual people. And I just want you to know that I love each and every one of you for coming tonight to help me to pledge my allegiance, and to also, by you being here, pledge your allegiance to making the Black Fashion Museum a part of our history and keeping it a part of our culture. Because Mrs. Lois Alexander has worked, and did more work. And Mother, thank you for your blessings, because I will not let you down. I will continue to carry the banner forth and wave it on high that we have our fashion, our research, and we document our heritage. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to call for Mrs. Alexander right now for a special presentation. Mother, would you please come? I call this mother because she is my spiritual mother. She accepted me as her very, very own immediately. And I just had the opportunity of meeting her in February at the Albany Hispanic Puerto Rican Caucus, right, Ma? And I said to her then, everything everywhere is already all right, because I am going to make sure that you receive your crown. And tonight we have a special presentation for you, Queen. Do you have something over there in the corner for this wonderful sister here?
Very dedicated to the entire proposition of understanding that our culture and art go together, and that they've been here since the beginning of mankind. She's documented that work throughout numerous studies. She is Sister Rosalind Jeffries. A big round of applause for her, please. Thank you.
I just wanted to bring this Queen Mother up so that she could take her place beside Dr. Jeffrey, because we have something special for her.
How you doing, Queen? Good to see you. Same.
Okay. Greetings, Hotep. It's a pleasure to be here. There is an expression, and that expression says, to be clothed, to be clothed, to be clothed. Spiritually, this means to be in your right mind. And it also means to be in your right consciousness. And it means to have a rightful relationship to God Almighty. Now, talking on another level, when we talk about the Black Fashion Museum, we are talking about our history. And that's where Lois Alexander comes in. And when we think in terms of going way back to Kemet, to looking at the great fashions of the empires, the great courts of Africa, looking at the kingdoms as they rose. Those that built the pyramids were black. Menkaure, Khufu, these were black men. Our great scientists, Imhotep, was black. And we had great builders, women, Hatshepsut, Neferkara. These were people that were great in what they did, but we are to be reminded that there were contributions in clothing that was far longer than they were, that predated ancient Kemet. And at that time, we remember of South Africa and the cave art. We remember that Zimbabwe, the cave paintings that were there depicted people in different kinds of clothing and outfit that was just tantalizing to look at. And that this was around 4,000 BC. But 8,000 BC, 8,000 years before Christ, the Sahara area had caves also. But even longer than that, 25,000, 30,000. This is the work of Mary Leakey. You can look at those cave drawings And you'll see different lengths of clothing, long down, mid-calf, a little bit higher, shawls and all kinds of things, and things that we know today to be cummerbunds and bustles and little things like crinolines and all kinds of to-do. So it has come from a long way, and not just Africa, it radiated throughout the entire world. The world that went into the Orient, into Asia, that went into Europe, that went into North America, South America, all of these areas. So it is indeed true that we hold the seeds of creativity and greatness. But that greatness depends on you grabbing a hold of your rightful mind. To be clothed in your glory is to have a rightful relationship to God and to mankind. Thank you, Lois Alexander.
Anybody say that but me?
Yeah, come on. Yes.
I thought I was alone. Sister Jeffries, I'm overwhelmed because I knew my sister Ahneva had joined me, but your remarks was the first that I have ever heard anybody utter. That's what makes it so beautiful. I thought my book was about the only thing that was out there telling that we actually started this whole bit ourselves from the tattooing of the bodies. And when I say that to funding sources, they look at me like they think I'm crazy. But I was convinced one of these days somebody would join me in this story. And when I met the sister in February, that's what makes this night so tremendous to me, that someone would come all the way from Los Angeles, California, someone I had never seen before, and decide to join in what I've been saying over the years, that fashion is the oldest of the art forms. And it's been like they look at me as if to say, what on earth is that woman talking about? And here is Sister Jeffries giving you the history. When I say we began with the tattooing of the body, there weren't any clothes. You're talking thousands and thousands of years ago. And check any fashion book if you think I'm kidding. Check any fashion book and see if there is absolutely any reference to us as a people having made a contribution to that. I'm so happy to be in the presence of these sisters. I don't know what to do because now I know I'm not alone.
All right.
Thank you.
I just want to come over here and join this fine and wonderful sister here because she has a few gifts coming from us. First of all, in the name of the International Sisterhood, which we all are part of, for the righteousness, the truth, and the commitment, for giving us our heritage, for reconnecting us with our culture, and helping us to redefine our future. This is a special, momentous occasion for me because I'm gathered here with my grand aunt Nola, who's just been my strength. Thank you, Auntie. Mrs. Alexander, a queen, a mother of civilization. You should wear your crown proudly, Queen. And I'd like to crown you. On behalf of the International Sisterhood from all around the world, would you please stand as this queen receives her crown because she has worked so hard. Ma said it's taken a long time, but it took a long time to separate us, and it might take a long time for us to get together. But I just want to let her know that her works will not go out and step forward and take your throne.
That's right.
Because you deserve to sit on high. I want you to understand your heritage, because this sister is the one who gave me my inspiration, Lois K. Alexander, and her in the finest of Ashoke.
All right.
Mine's not over. I'd like to present you with the Fashion Pioneer Award from Designers Network International. This presentation goes to you from all of us. And I'd like for all of the designers to join me on stage, please. Would all of the designers just please step forward and come forth and help me, because I know that all of you have been inspired too. Tabsi, Mushud, Ellen Sneed, Ladiak, Rose Wissay, Cassandra Bromfield, Xenobia, the maker of the crown, Litana, the makers of the crowns, Lubna Muhammad, and Linwood. I'm going to start from my right with Brother Jurjus Jarvis. Shirley has come on. That's Lady Mitz from Nigeria with that fine hand woven. Mama, come on, stand in front of us. You stand right in front of us because you are our inspiration. Oh. You are the reason. Would you look at that? Oh, you like it, huh? Queen, this just says that on behalf of all of these designers from Designers Network International, the Fashion Pioneer Award goes to Miss Lois K. Alexander, the founder of the Black Fashion Museum. Okay, wait a minute. It's not over. I love you. It's not over, Mother. The Queen Mother of Fashion Preservation and the pioneer of Africa's heritage in American fashion. Her research and documentation will remain a guiding light in the restoration of African men and women globally. All rise for the Queen! All rise for the Queen Mother who gave fashion to the universe. Let me hear you make your chants, Africa. Let me hear you scream and give praise and thanks to Queen Mother. Yeah! I'd like for my Auntie Nola Smith to just come on up. Auntie, I can't have anything without having you come up. Auntie Nola, come on over here. No, Auntie, I don't want to hear that. Come on up here, Queen, and be fine and be the queen that you are. She hates for me to say this. As my auntie say, I've been here almost 100 years. I know what I'm talking about. This is my grand aunt, ladies and gentlemen. She has let me turn her house into a headquarters here in New York City. You know what? I have a special presentation. If someone would just look on that baby grand piano over there, there's a brown leather case for this wonderful queen. And I just might as well go on and do all my crying right now. Because I'm happy. I'm happy that we have Queen Mothers, and I'm happy that this is all of a part. Lois, come on over here with me. I don't like you being that far away from me. Ladies and gentlemen, these designers are some of the finest in New York. These designers have given fashion to the universe. I want you guys to recognize exactly who they are. So Auntie, I just want to share this with you. And this is just a token of my appreciation for you accepting me and giving me the opportunity to put the cultural connection together here in New York City. Okay, my auntie has her house in impeccable order. And she goes through it now with her eyes closed because she doesn't even look anymore. But this is to you, Auntie. To Miss Nola Smith, with a perfect love from your loving niece, Ahneva. This is to you, Auntie. And the spirit just keeps on moving, and it just keeps on getting stronger. It's not over yet, but I just felt like I needed to do this because we are the cultural connection. We make it happen. And wherever we do, we must remember that Africa is the continent that gave creation to the world. It is paradise. It is the Garden of Eden. And all of these queens and kings that you see standing before you represent Mother Africa. They represent it strong because they represent the culture. And I'd just like to have each one of them come out individually as I introduce them. Jurjus Jarvis, would you step forward? Right. Designer, the finest in fashion, draped, fine. Sister Shirley Gibson, would you move forward? The finest in hand woven, hand beaded, tie-dyed. No, she's a queen by birthright. Lynn Wood, who's come all the way from Atlanta City to join the network to bring fashion. Lady Mitz from Nigeria, the giant of Africa. And my sister and queen mother in her own birthright, because she and I share special closeness. Sister Lubna Muhammad, please, right. Ladies and gentlemen. Islam is our bond. And I'd like to have Brother Litana step forward. All right. The makers of all the fine crowns, not the only maker, but he wears his crown proudly. This sister who is next to him, you see this crown she has on? Have you ever seen Africa in any finer design? Xenobia. Cynthia, come on up here now. I don't know where you are. Ladies and gentlemen, there is only us. We are all that we have. And Brenda Bay and her husband, Akim Bay, where is he, brother man? You have to stand by your queen. Where are you at? Brenda, step forth and let everybody know. Do you see it? It's the finest that you'll ever see. Now, we still have something to go. I'm going to show you just a tit-tad more. As soon as they cue that music, we're going to hit it again. But Cassandra Bromfield has got some surprises for you. And she does hand beating, ladies and gentlemen, such as what you see in front of you. Cassandra Bromfield. And Claudia, Claudia? I did say it right. See, I remember all these names. Claudia from Mart 125, HUDC, Harlem, bringing fashion and the culture to you. And you can find it right there. Gwen, come on up. Gwen Black, come on up here. Gwendolyn Black, just step forward, queen. Do no talking. And I'd like for you, Moshood, to take your dada, because this brother has stepped forth with fashion that created the universe. Ellen Sneed flew all the way in from Los Angeles, a member of Designers Network. My sister, Ellen, thank you. Tabsi, would you take your bow? And I'd just like to bring forth these two sisters. Alma. She knows she's a queen by birthright. Alma Goss. I'm just going to let her step forward. She bought these beautiful roses for my mother, the queen mother of fashion. And Selma Terrain, would you move forward and let everybody know that you're part of the Cultural Connection family? Ma, come over, sis. It keeps getting better. And Gwendolyn Black, who is our fashion illustrator. Did she do a fabulous job? Did this sister make you feel and know? Did this sister make you feel and know that you were queens by birthright? When you looked at those illustrations, did you automatically see it? Gwendolyn has stayed up with me to 7 and 8 o'clock in the morning and 9 o'clock in the morning. And we finished it, okay? She did all of the work that you see here, and she's making a special presentation to Mrs. Alexander for the museum, the Black Fashion Museum, an illustration of a queen, because we know that we're queens by birthright. Would you please make this presentation to Mrs. Alexander? This is a contribution to the preservation of our heritage at the Black Fashion Museum from Gwendolyn Black, our fashion illustrator. Give Mom a hug. Okay? Rose, I'm not gonna forget you, because this sister came to my rescue. You see, I wasn't out there because I'm too busy getting the work done. It's like God has all the praise. I just want to get the job done. That's my mission. But this sister Rose fixed me up. I designed this outfit and she made it for me. Sister Rose Wasa. Thank you. From Liberia. Ladies and gentlemen, just hold tight. Everything everywhere is already all right because we have made the first step to the culture connection. Here we are, Africans and Africans in America, working and giving and living and sharing and caring together. I'd like to thank all of you. New Heritage Awareness, is that awareness? That's my brother from Awareness, Albert. Again from the Mart 125, Contemporary Africa. And Cynthia Harmon, now listen, this outfit, y'all, step forward, Queen. See, we know what we are, we know who we are. There's no doubt about it. But would you just please make them scream, make them holler with a warm of applause? When I talk about the culture connection, did I introduce Shirley Gibson? Shirley, yeah. When we talk about the culture connection, you have to recognize how many people. Yeah, you can go now, Auntie. That's my auntie. I love her with a perfect love. She's just been fabulous. Would you just please give her a round of applause for me? She has been my strength. I was falling apart, breaking down. I said, oh, Auntie. She said, not now, just wait. The mission has not been accomplished yet. Okay? And it's good to cry because I cried tears of joy. But we're going to continue our finale. And but one thing that I think is very important that I recognize the brother who has been my right hand in pulling together the program. As the program that we didn't have, he helped me pull it together. But you know, it's all right because I know that each and one of you here understand that it's not all about black and white that makes it right. It's about the heart, the true commitment and love that we share with one another, okay? And Harlem International Trade Institute, HUDC, the Institute, the Trade Institute, everybody in Harlem has just been wonderful. Everybody in New York City has been wonderful, but this brother, you heard me talk to him on LIB, the GBE experience, the Afrocentricity. You heard this before, right? Imhotep, would you please step forward, King? Because this brother is truly a king by birthright. I just wanted to give him some sugar. Sisters, my sisters, nothing, no points, but this brother has just been there for us. He made the cultural connection happen for us. And we need more of him there, okay? This is truly a king and a hero. But you know, it just goes on. And like Joe Bourne. Joe, you step up, brother. Just stand up where you are. This brother here, now, when I first came to this town, I didn't know anything about the train system. I'm here from Los Angeles trying to make the cultural connection. This brother, Sally will tell you the story, won't you, Sally? He pulled her out of the UN and said, look, this lady is trying to contact you. She was in a very important meeting. Joe Bourne, Sergeant Joe Bourne, United Nations Security. I just want to give you that pledge, beloved. This brother has been there for me to chauffeur me around, to make sure I picked up and dropped off and did this and did that. Thank you, Joe. You're part of the Culture Connection family. You know, it's people like you that make me strong. You know, Sally, my cousin Kay, would you stand up, please, and take a bow? This is my cousin, my auntie's daughter, Kay. Just stand up, Queen. I just want everybody to know I have family here. I'd like to thank all the vendors, too. I'm doing this now because it's going to be straight finale after this, and I want you to just see you. So I won't do any more presentations other than the few gifts that will be given, which we have for all of the people that have contributed to the Cultural Connection family. So I'm going to ask that the music be cued and that the designers prepare for this grand finale that we're going to have, because Gary Bryd, Imhotep, I don't want to call you Gary Bryd anymore. Can we change your name? I just want to call him King Imhotep. What do you all think about that? Yeah, let's call this brother. King, would you just step forward and just let us give you a hand for your support? King Imhotep, the GBE experience. Because we wear the crown, and that, our culture is our crown. And Gary is going to help me make that happen.
This was called fashion heritage, the culture connection. When you connect things, you don't usually connect them for them to break apart. So in terms of what's happening this evening, we want to see this continue onward. Many of you brothers and sisters are part of community organizations. Many of you are part of groups. I want you to understand that when we talk about brothers like Ambassador Yusufu, who I had on the air with me several times, he said, if brothers and sisters in the community want me or any of us to come speak, all they have to do is call, and we will be there. And I think it's important for many of us to understand that sometimes we wonder or ponder, why can't something happen when really all we have to do is take the first step? So for those of you who are involved in events, for those of you involved in the various kinds of community activities that are going on all the time, make it a point to include your African brothers and sisters. Make it a point to call the consulate, call and let those brothers and sisters know that you want them to be a part of your program, because as Steve said once, we are you and you are us. So make it a point to act on that. Don't leave tonight without doing that. Thank you. Well, it's time to give some of that fashion heritage and make that cultural connection. Sister Ahneva leads the brothers and sisters back out as we get ready to throw down to the crown.